Namaskar. We welcome you at NYN Knowledge Corner. In this video show, we discuss about sign bar, its principle, construction, accuracy, application, its variants, etc. Let us start the video. Introduction. The sign bar is inspection device to check angle of workpiece in conjunction with slip gauge on the basis of sign function. It is very common and important device of metrology lab. Sign bars are preferably used for setting angle above 0 and below 45 degree. There is possible angular uncertainty when measuring angle is above 45 degree and below 60 degree. Therefore, care to be taken when angle of measurement is over 45 degree. Over 60 degree measurement is not advisable with this equipment. Working principle. Center distance between two rollers of the sign bar forms the hypotenuse, that is L, of a right angle triangle. Length of surface plate between two rollers are the base, and height of slip gauge placed between rollers and surface plate forms the perpendicular, that is H, of the same right angle triangle. If during measurement the angle formed between base and hypotenuse is alpha, then H is equal to L sin alpha, equation number 1. Sin alpha is equal to H by L, equation number 2. Alpha is equal to sine inverse H by L, equation number 3. Alpha is also the angle of workpiece that is to be measured. Material. The main body of sign bar, including support rollers and support plates, are made of chromium steel suitable for gauges. High quality cast iron is used for base of sign bars, where base comes as integral part of the shape. Hardness. Hardness of working surface and rollers shall be over 60 HRC, and it shall be stabilized. Construction. Sign bar consists of a straight rectangular bar called body, is made of hardened and precisely ground chromium steel and having two hardened, precisely ground and lapped cylindrical rollers. It is indicated as A and B in figure 2. These rollers are firmly attached at contact surface. Those are provided both of its ends on the body. When the sign bar placed on surface plate, rollers contact surface shall be parallel to the surface plate. Most of sign bars are provided with support plate mounted at one end of rectangular bar as shown in figure 2. In some sign bars, roller A hinged for swelling and roller B remains free for angle setting. In such type of sign bars, base become the integral part of sign bar. Generally, sign bar are provided with 3 clamping holes and fitting edge. Tapping holes are provided in pairwise symmetrical to middle clamping hole. Clamping and fitting holes are varied according to the size of sign bar. Dimensional specification. Sign bar is specified by nominal size or straight distance between two rollers. Distance L as shown in figure 1. In IS 5359 1987, it is specified as 100, 200, 300, 400 and 500 mm. Guideline of dimensional details for all above sizes are also available in the same standard. Accuracy. Important dimensional and geometrical accuracy. In accuracy, we will see dimensional and angular accuracy. First one is important dimensional and geometrical tolerances. Sign bars are high precision equipment. Dimensional and geometrical tolerances are maintained according to IS 5359-1987 or the latest one. Similar to this standard, other standards are also available Permissible tolerance on length plus minus 2 micron for smallest size, that is 100, and plus minus 10 micron for largest size, that is 500 mm, as mentioned in standard. Roller axis parallelism plus minus 1 micron for smallest side, that is 100, plus minus 3 micron for largest side, that is 500 mm. Permissible roller diameter tolerance plus minus 2 micron for all sizes. Permissible variation in the sizes of rollers, that is 1 micron. Tolerance on form of rollers, that is maximum 1 micron. Parallelism between working surface to end contact surface, that is 1 micron in 100 mm. Parallelism between end face and roller's axis is 5 micron in 10 mm. Perpendicularity between end face and side face is 1 micron in 10 mm. Perpendicularity between end face and working surface is 1 micron in 10 mm. Perpendicularity between side face and working surface 1 micron in 10 mm. Now, angular uncertainty. Angular uncertainty for unstressed sine bar varies with angle and size. We see some example. For 15-degree angle and 100 mm length sine bar, it is plus minus 4 seconds. For the same sine bar, for the same angle with 500 mm, with the same angle and 500 mm length, it is plus minus 2 seconds. Similarly, for 200 mm long and 15-degree angle sine bar, it is 3 seconds, and for 200 mm long and 60-degree angle, it is plus minus 10 seconds. Angle measurement method when workpiece is over sine bar. To measure the angle of workpiece, following step to follow. Put the sine bar on surface plate as shown in figure 2. Rest the workpiece firmly over the working surface of sine bar. Taper of workpiece must be along the length of rectangular bar. Check approximate angle of workpiece and calculate slip gauge height h by using formula 1. Take slip gauge of calculated height and place under the rollers as shown in figure 3. Mount a dial gauge rigidly on dial stand. Base of dial stand to rest on surface plate. Then dial pointer to place at one end. It is P1 as shown in figure 3. Note down the reading. Alternatively, adjust dial gauge reading to 0 and without disturbing the pointer of dial gauge, move it to point 2 as shown in figure 3. Reading to be noted again. Difference of both the reading to be calculated means reading at point 1 minus reading at point 2. In case difference is positive, slip gauge height need to be increased, and in the case of it is negative, slip gauge height to reduce. This process need to be repeated till both side reading become equal or 0. Now calculate total height of slip gauge by adding the size of all slip gauges used in measurement. This calculated value will represent the perpendicular, that is h. Distance L for R sine bars are known, and check by putting value of h and L in the formula 3, we can get the angle of workpiece. Other one, when workpiece placed under the sine bar. In this case, sine bar is placed over the taper of workpiece that is to be measured. Slip gauges are placed under both the rollers and differences are considered as h. Rest of methods are same as we discussed earlier. Important variants of sine bar. There are three important variants of sine bar. Those are generally used in industry or laboratories. Sine table, sine center, and compound sine table. Sine table is very similar to simple sine bar, only width is increased to accommodate wider workpiece. Sine center, on the top of sine bars, two coaxial centers are mounted to hold cylindrical workpiece. This equipment is called sine center. In compound sine table, angle can be checked in X and Y axis. We discuss about these variants in separate video. Some application of sine bar. First, determination of angle of flat workpiece. Second, a special type of sine bar that come with two center points to hold cylindrical parts. It also known as sine center is used to check taper of cylindrical part. Used in surface texture and surface profile checking instrument to hold the sample horizontally. It is very common in metrology lab of precision auto components and bearing industry. Sine bar is not just a measuring device but also used as fixture for precision taper surface milling or grinding with high degree of accuracy. Workpiece rigidly hold on working surface of sine bar and angle adjusted by using suitable slip gauge sizes and firmly clamped. For production purpose, most of times customized height blocks are used that increase the rigidity, reduce the chance of error as well as save costly slip gauges. Dear friends, please write your views and comments in comment section. Also you write if you need some more information about this subject or any other similar subjects. We reply you promptly. Thank you.